Welcome to African Tales by Dupe. In the buzzing streets of Surulere, Lagos, where car horns fight with gospel songs every morning and everybody's chasing the next big thing, a young woman named Amara woke up every day with one prayer on her lips. Let this dream work. She was sharp, focused and stunning, not just in looks, but in spirit. Born to a retired school teacher and a petty trader, Amara had learnt early that life doesn't reward beauty without brains. Then came Chuka. He was tall, smooth-talking, with a head full of big ideas and pockets full of nothing. They met at a tech conference in Yaba, both of them attendees without tickets. Sneaking in to network, Amara was drawn to his boldness. Chuka was drawn to her fire. They started dating weeks later, dreaming together, eating noodles cooked on a single burner gas, and drawing up business plans on torn notebooks. When they finally launched their tech startup, an e-commerce logistic platform, they ran it from Amara's one-room apartment. She handled the numbers, customer care, and even marketing. Chuka, he sold the dream with such charm. You'd believe he invented the internet. Investors started to notice them. Then, like Lagos rain, success poured in. The first million came in, then 10. By year 3, their faces were on magazine covers. Power couple of Nigeria's tech revolution. They bought a mansion in Banana Island. Their wedding was grand and glamorous. They made social media headlines. Amara wore Elisab, flown in from Paris. The guests, they were politicians, oil moguls, Nollywood stars. People said, now so marriage supposed be. But behind the gold-gilded gates of their estates, cracks started to show. At first, it was subtle. Chuka stayed out late, blamed meetings, started ignoring Amara's questions. She would wait up in a Versace robe, makeup perfectly done, perfume clouding the hair, but he'd come in smelling of cheap body spray and lie beside her without a word. She tried to please him, learned how to cook his mother's exact ogbono recipe, bought lingerie that cost more than her father's monthly pension, even booked couples therapy. But the more she tried, the more invisible she became. He called her too emotional. She said she was paranoid, and once, in front of staff, told her, "You're just lucky I made you somebody." Amara cried. She cried so much. She cried in silence. In that massive closet, filled with Birkins and Balenciaga, her tears soaked into Gucci silk. What hurt the most wasn't just the betrayal. It was who he cheated with. There was Nkechi, their maid, then her best friend, Ifoma, who had slept in their guest room after a breakup. Amara had made her tea, listened to her heartbreak stories. Ifoma repaid her by warming Chuka's bed. The tabloids hinted, but Amara said nothing. People around her started to whisper. Even staff avoided eye contact. "Madame don't tolerate nonsense, oh," the drivers would say, but she smiled through it all. She hosted charity events, opened a foundation for girl child education, posted couple photo on Instagram. She played her role until it was time to rewrite the script. Quietly, Amara began her move. She hired a discreet private investigator from South Africa. Not because of Chuka, no. She already knew his sins. She wanted names, accounts, patterns. She gathered receipts. transactions, even photos. She met with lawyers, not to divorce, but to plan a coup. She started acquiring silent shares of the company through proxies, old friends, foreign investors, trust funds, all connected to her but hidden from Chuka's view. The empire they built together, she was taking it back piece by piece. They came the company's 10-year anniversary gala. Oh, what a night. The venue, a crystal-lit ballroom in a cool hotel, dripping with excess. Amara wore a shimmering custom dress by a Ghanaian designer, gold, off-shoulder, flowing like royalty, every head turned. Chuka strutted in with his latest side piece, a 23-year-old influencer named Sassy T. She wore feathers and diamonds like an exotic pet. Chuka laughed out loud that night, shook hands with politicians, gave a long speech about innovation and legacy. Then Amara stepped up. Her speech started soft. She thanked Chuka for his vision, for the journey. The audience clapped. Then she pressed a button. Behind her, a projector screen came alive. Photos, screenshots, voice notes, Chuka's affairs, money laundering trails, secret apartment leases in Lekki for mistresses, staff hush money payments. The crowd gasped. Then she dropped the final bomb. She was now the majority shareholder and CEO of the company. Effective immediately, Chuka was no longer in control. The hall went silent. Then her applause, long echoing applause. Chuka's face turned grey. Sassy T slipped away before the press arrived. Within days, EFCC came knocking. Investigations began. Amara, she released statements, hired a new team, and rebranded the company. Our first initiative, Women Who Rise, a business grant for women abandoned after marriage. Social media called her the Silent Lioness. TV stations begged for interviews. Magazines offered covers. And as for Chuka, he relocated to Abuja, living quietly, disgraced, forgotten. Occasionally, he would see Amara on TV, smiling, powerful, unbothered. One day, at a tech expo, a young woman asked Amara, "How did you survive that? How did you survive a cheating partner and all the things that happened to you?" She smiled. "My dear," she said, "sometimes revenge is not a slap, it is a legacy." Hope you all enjoyed this story. Kindly remember to like, comment, and share. And also write down the lessons you learned from this video. And I'll see you in another one. Bye.